Oh, I can already see the beacon from here in the distance. No, 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 no. Stop the drill. Hello everyone, Thranxes here, and welcome back to Astroneer, episode 48. We're going to grind up a few of these work lights here, get us some scrap, but also find some graphene. I think we have some already made over here. Yes, one, and we're actually going to need two. Being said, we're going to need ammonium to make hydrazine now. Let's see, if we take this hydrogen, we put it over here. But hydrazine is going to take 2 ammonium, if I'm not mistaken. Right, so we'll have to start asking that of the soil centrifuge until we can get back down to the core and get the things we need. But we do have the 2 graphene that we need to open up the gateway, which is really good. That's the bulk of what we needed. I think we'll move this scrap over here and move this like this. Take you. Boom. There's a full thing of scrap. And okay, no more scrap sitting on the trade post. We can go ahead and probably unpack this. It would be nice to get back up to where we were with scrap before we came here, but that may or may not be possible. Either way, this is a good start. And look at all the soil that we have here. We can just keep turning this into ammonium. Suppose if we just take another one of these. Oh, look at all this stuff we need more medium storage. Where's our resin at? I know we brought resin. There it is. If anything, I'd thought about making multiple small printers just to mass produce medium storage a little more effectively. Because you need so many of them. So many. Either that or you're just kicking resources around on the floor like so many Legos waiting to get stepped on. Alright, and yeah, there you go. Some more ammonium. How about that? Now we don't need to sit here and wait for that. We can actually press, and we are going to press, down to the core. Again, graphene. That's 2 graphene. It was fairly obvious to me that that was the resource in question when we hit the core. At least I'm fairly certain that it was. There's our wonderful flashing beacon. Just all aglow over there. Actually, not that far at all. That startled the heck out of me. I need to pay attention to those hostile plants. Big time. And we'll take these power cells. That really startled the jeepers out of me. Wow. I'm trying to use words to convey how startled I was without actually using extreme words. So, yeah. Startled the heck out of me, though. It did. I dare say if there was a webcam, you would have seen me jump out of my seat. Well, at least a bit. There was definitely some air between me and the seat for a moment. Alright, down to the core. Enough of all that madness. Down to the core we go. Just not too fast. because the slope is going to get steeper and steeper, and we don't want this to become a free fall scenario. At least not until the gravity has let up enough that a free fall scenario would not kill us. That is way too fast. Whoa. Wow, you really get cooking. All right, we're doing it. A path down to the core that is not filled with tethers and all of that madness. Oh no. Nope, it's just a straight slide down to here. Now, the real question is, how are we going to mark our position? Give me some of that quartz. Thank you. So if we're going to ride in on the heels of this obelisk, I want to remember which one it is when I come back. Although I guess it's the one that the rover is sitting next to, isn't it? And I think that rover is going to be stuck there forever. No, it is not, actually. Look at that. See, look, we're somehow getting oxygen down here. Peculiar. Alright, is it just always going to be inside this thing? Is it never going to... Oh, wait, no, don't make me lose my place. Come on. Here, if I put it here, it'll always be visible from here, right? Yeah, it doesn't matter what the color is. Doesn't matter. I think it's interesting that we have oxygen down here. It's the first place I've ever been that has oxygen, I believe. Unless all the cores have had oxygen and I just haven't realized it. And there we have it. There is our triptych. And we'll activate the gateway. There you have it. It's planet number 4. Let's go to the space station, or the satellite pedestal. I guess it's not really a space station. I don't know if I'd call it that. But we are going to activate number 4. Nope. Nope. There it is. Boom. 3 more to go. And all the planets from here already have bases established on them. So it'll be Novus, Glacio, and Atrox. Excellent. All right. I suppose we should stop and check out what sort of colors we got, although everything here is going to be tinted purple, so maybe we won't do that. Let's go back to... Those two are going to be confusing. And how are you supposed to know? So you're just supposed to remember what they look like. Fair enough. They all have their own little individual symbols. Okay, figure it out. Figure out where you want to land. Okay. So now we're just going to make trips back and forth from here to the surface and transfer all of our materials. And I'm going to do the bulk of that. Actually, I'm going to do all of that off camera so we can just be ready to go to the next planet. But before I do that, let's stop and see what kind of suit and colors we get, because I know, if you're like me, that's the most important part. What did we get? The exotic suit. Whoa, okay, and Visanya colors. Wow. Alright, and what sort of dance did we get that's new, maybe? Is it the mash it up? No, we've had that one. Breaking? Oh, okay. Alright. Oh, nice. Oof, so now we have this exotic suit. Very cool. I actually accept these terms significantly so. I don't know how I feel about the gold, though. The silver has a certain look to it. Of course, there are no lights. Can we get a light maybe that's not behind us? Sort of silver. Let's take a look at that DeSolo visor again. Yeah, I think we'll go with the DeSolo visor. That looks pretty good. I like that. I accept these terms. Okay, let's empty our backpack and package up our stuff and bring everything but the large rover back up here with us. Ugh, we might make a large storage for some of this nonsense too. This is ridiculous. I don't want to leave it like this. Okay, so we're back. I've actually done quite a bit of work off camera. We should probably go ahead and save. None of it really progress to speak of, but mostly just organizing and getting all of our inventory in order. So we ferried everything up here. I went ahead and made this extra large platform and this extra large storage just because I wanted to see, you know, how it looked, if it was worth it. Something that I thought was really interesting. This extra large storage I'm not too tickled about, although it does hold a lot and it cleaned up a lot. It's just sort of, I mean, I don't know, it looks okay. The thing that I thought that was really neat though is this extra large platform A. You actually have enough room. You could put a console like, say, a shredder on one side and then a large storage with medium storage on the other, and have a tremendous amount of space to hold, say, oh, I don't know, smelted materials, materials from your soil centrifuge, scrap. And I thought that was actually really neat, and it kind of made me think, you know, as long as you had the resources, the most expensive of which being the steel that it would take to make that a reality, it would be pretty neat to set up a base that was mostly extra large platform A's. I think that would be really cool, because then you could get really deep into having plenty of storage for not having to shuffle stuff around all the time. I mean, imagine having a smelter that has twice as much storage as it currently has. That you would have four medium storage platforms able to be docked onto it. I guess it's just twice as much. Is it worth the resources? Probably not in the long run. But anyways, that's the rest that I'll or that's where I'll leave you with that. Just something to consider, something to ponder. Now, I've gone ahead and I've loaded up double large rovers, because really at this point we're rapidly approaching the end of the series. I don't know precisely how many more episodes there will be, but I know that it can't be all that many, and so I'm going to start doing some of the more maintenance work off camera. Well, enough that I'm still going to talk about what I'm doing, so that you can get an idea of where my head's at, and I don't want to like skip ahead from those things. So like here, for example, what I want to do is actually not come here. I need to focus on what I'm doing. I want to go to Atrox. I want to go ahead and preload a rover over at Atrox and pick up some more helium, because we're out. Look at that. Landed right by our base. I love it. Almost on the landing pad. And then, okay, so that time I didn't touch anything. It takes back off all on its own if you land on the wrong landing pad. Just something to keep in mind for future reference. Now, I can't see which one I clicked on, but I know I clicked on one. I tried to be more on the right. We'll see here in a moment. Oh, hey, look at that. We landed properly. Not really looking forward to this planet. I can see why it is the final planet. I imagine it's going to be very, very painful trying to navigate this planet. But we won't have to worry about power anymore. So here we are. We have dropped off a single large rover. I think that's probably good enough for now. Right, so then the next thing I want to do is... let's see. I actually want to bring a good bit of helium back with me. Maybe not all of it, but a good bit of it. 20 should be more than enough than we would ever need in our wildest dreams, so of course that's what I'm going to take back. And somehow I ended up short a battery, so we're going to grab a battery as well. And another medium storage in case we want to bring more back with us, because we're going to take this next rover over to Novus. Now we already have rovers, 2 I believe at Glacio. Yes, we've already front-loaded 2 rovers, large rovers over at Glacio, so we're not going to take any over there. But if we took 1 to Aatrox, and if we take 1 to Novus, then we'll effectively have 1 large rover ready to go. At a minimum, 1 large rover ready to go at all of our destinations. Let's see if we can get maybe a better view of that place. I don't want to click on the wrong planet. Oof, sputtering as we're down to the last tank of hydrazine. But we do have the hydrazine fields over here where we can produce many, many more. Let's start with, we'll land here at the base. Drop off our large rover. Okay. Very good, well done. Okay, so then we're going to drop off our large rover here. Boom. And this helium, do we want to drop off this helium? What atmosphere is on this planet? It has been a while since we've been here, or this moon. Hydrogen and methane, I believe that's it. It would be nice to bring a lot of argon here, to be quite sure. Let's go ahead, we'll take these medium storage blocks off. We're going to need them here. We did get a lot of graphite, which I am a fan of. We'll just leave that there for now. We don't even have RTGs here, but we do have all this infrastructure. Look at this. Not exactly colorful, but let's call upon this to just stockpile up hydrogen as much as possible. And I think before we ferry everything over here, let's get ourselves situated to bring back a lot of ammonium. Oh, look at that. We did bring argon. That's good because this planet is very rich in iron. And we want to have argon so we can make ourselves lots of steel, and we're going to need lots of organic needs to make carbon so that we can do that smoothly. We don't have any iron ready-made, though. We took it all with us. A lot of copper and some zinc. That's good. This place isn't so bad. A couple of RTGs, and this place will be ready to go. So I guess the real question is, because we're starting to use our hydrazine, is do we go back and get our goods from Visanya, or do we head over here to the ammonium fields to start securing our hydrazine? I dare say that's going to be our first choice, so let's head over that way. I feel a lot better jumping around by shuttle all over the place if we were just stacked to the brim with hydrazine. And we're not. We're using it up, and there was actually a good bit of it that I spent on manufacturing graphene, both to unlock the core of the last planet, but also we did that in order to get in order to get our nanocarbon alloys taken care of. A lot of scrap over here. I dare say we will bring this busted solar panel with us. I'm not sure if we really need to worry about scrap too much. It can be helpful, though. You never know. So we're not actually able to connect to any of that due to a lack of an oxygenator. Just going to keep our distance from some of these hostile plants here. We're going to kill this one. Unfortunately, we don't have our terrain mods either, but that just means our power will last longer. I'm thinking that was the correct way to do business. Because if our power lasts longer, then we can wander around more without having to worry about running out of oxygen, because we'll have plenty of power. A lot of ammonium, which is good. We need at least a handful of hydrazine to replace what we've consumed, because we're going to be shuttling back and forth quite a bit, and I do not want to run out of fuel at the wrong time. Go ahead and kick on our oxygenator there. That's enough for quite a bit of hydrazine, actually. But without bringing one more back with us, yeah, there's no point in bringing that. Okay. If I recall, though, this moon has hydrazine sort of all over the place. No, I see you hiding there. Treacherous plant. Like a giant springboard, ready to throw me into the air to my doom. Being that this is a moon, we should be able to knock this one out fairly quickly. I could go back and get more ammonium. I don't really want to dally here, though. We should have the hydrazine to make it back to Visanya. Let's do that. That moon is really just obnoxious, though. Mountains, valleys. It's going to be hectic making it to the other gateway. Luckily, there's only 2 surface gateways. And then we just have to make it to the core. I believe we already have a mine that goes down pretty good near our base with tethers. So we'll just have to extend that down until it hits the core. In all reality, we should be able to knock out Novus fairly quickly. No, not launch. I want to be here. Right, there's our tunnel down to the core. Our nice, neat little beacon there. Ah, that's where we want to go. Lots of satellite wreckage. Scrap seemed to be hit or miss, though. Interesting. Well, I suppose disconnect these. For the most part, I already have my things that I've chosen to bring. I've already got them laid out, so that's not a thing we're going to have to wait for. Instead, while we're making hydrazine, I'm going to talk about it. So, in the first storage, we have a bunch of lithium for making RTGs if we need to, because we have a bunch of nanocarbon alloy. These are all of our mods. As you can see, I went down into the caves, and I gathered some blue. So we might start experimenting with grass and water. Just making something that looks a little bit like Silva. And then over here we just have random metals that can be hard to come by. Zinc, copper, titanium, aluminum, iron, tungsten, copper, aluminum. Yeah, just a little bit of a hodgepodge of everything in case we need it. Let's go. Another hydrazine, please. We'll attach this one here. Okay. Next up, what we have is a pallet of scrap. Some canisters, those are just filler. Some titanium, because we had a lot extra. An entire pallet of radioisotope thermoelectric generators. An entire pallet of them. Killer, right? And then, of course, an extra one, our drill strength 3, and then random gases. Methane, argon, nitrogen, more argon, hydrogen, and sulfur. All the helium we picked up, of course, is already waiting for us at Novus. Alright. And this hydrazine will go here. Very good. And then we'll make ourselves one more hydrazine. I dare say I don't know if we need this third battery, but I'm tempted just to bring the scrap with me more than anything. 4 scrap is enough to get one of whatever you need. And then we'll bring this extra hydrazine. I don't know really if it's going to be worth bringing anything else. Maybe another argon, perhaps? It can't be bad. We're going to have lots of iron available at the next place. Okay, and without further ado, now that we're all caught up and ready to go, really there's no reason to fret not taking a shuttle back and forth, because if we need to, as we've just demonstrated, shuttling back and forth is incredibly easy, especially with hydrazine. There's really no loss to it. It just simply is whether or not you want to shuttle around, or portal around, or scrap items. I'm trying to do a mix of all of these things so that you can A, understand all the different ways that you can accomplish your goals in this game, but B, you'll have a better understanding of which way you generally prefer to do things. We should be the one that's further south. Closer to the gateway. Not necessarily south, but east and west. The poles don't have any gateways on the moon. Whoa, whoa. Don't get all choppy on me. Okay, and here we are, with all of our goodies. Let's go ahead, we'll drop off all this scrap here. Zinc, I think we'll hold on to the zinc here. I don't know if we'll end up needing it, but it can't hurt to have, so we'll hold on to it. another bit of scrap. I don't know if we need this third battery. That seems excessive. This argon. Alright, so the real question is, are we going to go for the surface gateway first, or to the core? I think we go to the surface gateway first. The problem is we've already activated this gateway, so we're not going to be 100% sure what it's going to take to activate it. So we might have to get creative. Alright, let's unpack this. And then, ooh, that zinc actually came off of my little pallet there. Where did I put the zinc? There it is. Okay, as you can see, part of what I did off camera was I went to Aatrox, I gathered up a bunch of helium, some of our graphite, and I also brought over some argon, because this area is going to have the ability to make lots and lots of steel. So if there was ever going to be a place to set up massive resource platforms, it would be places after this place. I also discovered if you put on the mods in this order, they don't dork with each other. So I guess that's the order you're supposed to do it in. We are going to need some clay. I am slightly remiss that I was not able to bring clay. I remember now we have all these lights here because... Oh no, we do have clay right here. Remember now we have all of these work lights because this place is horrible about being in the darkness kind of all the time. All the every of the times. Let's go ahead and get ourselves large storage with these 3 ceramic, please. Boy, it's so nice when you have things pre-laid out and you can just get to business, right? Take 2 of these. Make ourselves a rover seat. The big $1 million question is, if 4 RTGs open the gateway on Visanya, the last planet, will 5 be enough to open it on this one? Or should we bring 1 more for good measure? The answer is, of course we should bring 1 more for good measure. Why would you bring the minimum when they're packed up in such nice, neat little packages? Plus, this base is pretty much self-sufficient with its current power, and it doesn't need us to leave any RTGs behind, so... we can very easily make the command decision to bring as many with us as we can fit on the rover, because... you know what? No, we're going to take it with us, but we're not going to unpack it yet. We may not need it. Let's see. I would like some of that medium storage action, though. That looks pretty good. 5 RTGs on a large rover. We've got all sorts of batteries and stuff going on here. Should I take another battery with me, though? I say so. More batteries means more time with the portable oxygenator running. And of course there is an oxygenator. I think that's really for the ammonium fields now that I think about it. Alright, put up that medium storage. Boom, we have some place to hold some things, maybe some ammonium or Some hematite, or I don't know. In fact, no, it won't be hematite, and there's lithium on the surface, because we won't be taking this down into the core. Oh my goodness. This place does not have everything it needs power-wise. I misspoke. We'll hold the phone. Two RTGs, I bet, gets this place on track, and it never needs power again. We brought the stuff to make them. So I say we just make them. It's because we're condensing hydrogen here out of the atmospheric condenser. Which really we could probably switch to methane soon, but we're not really there yet. Alright, let's see what this does. Boom. Might as well make a second one. I can't justify having our base run at suboptimal speeds just because the wind dies down. Not at this point in the game. Not at the late game. Come on. What we can do, though, is we can run these generators. Actually, no. You know what? These generators are free resources. Boom. Give me that scrap back. Because now with some batteries and double RTGs, I mean, come on. What do we even need these for? Short answer, we don't. We don't need them at all. So now we'll have scrap in case we need anything else. That's good. Oh, look at our guy. I love that suit. That's probably my favorite so far. It's pretty cool. Okay. So medium generators take a hot second. Are we gonna really keep making hydrogen? Oh yeah. Loads and loads of power. So we've got 4 batteries, and then what? We have, we're supposed to be bringing 1 extra RTG with us. Yep, right there. There's our work light. Perfect. This should do the trick nicely. Are we going to drive the rover back is the question. I don't see a need to, really. And if we're not going to drive the rover back, then that means we need to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 6 graphite with us. Well, we'll be able to gate back and forth. So that shouldn't be a problem. We are going to need a canister, though, in the unlikely event that we need to make a bridge of some sort. So let's actually grab a couple canisters here for the back. Alright, I think that's plenty preparation. Plenty. You say it 3 times and you know it's plenty. Alright, and since this place is mostly like a lot of craters, I guess we'll just be trying to dig... Hold on. I think changing the side you have it on changes the activation button. No, it doesn't. How weird. I swear I was using the other button earlier. No, we don't want to forget our extenders, so we'll grab those. And then we'll actually shred another generator. Okay, this is a 5 RTG convoy, and don't forget we have our 4 batteries, and this really we probably won't need a 6th RTG. Only because if you think about it... Oh, wait, no, no, no. Up, 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 up. Up, 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 up. If you think about it, we won't need it because we have the battery pack on the rover, which is going to give a certain amount of power, and then also the battery packs on our person. So we have like bonus power we can provide without having to break out the 6th RTG. I think we're going to bring it anyways, just in case. It feels wasteful to leave the scrap, but at this point, as we're so far into the end game now, I'm like, what really is the point? Truly, what is there to gain? Darned if I know. Near as I can tell, there is not much really to be gained. Once you have a certain amount of scrap, you're sort of there. Alright, let's see. Are we still heading east? We are still heading east. Onward! How awesome is the rover with the drill? Awesome enough that it can plummet down into a cave and then still dig its way back out. That's pretty awesome. Speaking of... Oh yeah, look at that lithium. Oh, I can already see the beacon from here in the distance. No, 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 no. Stop the drill. Okay, so apparently, when you're sliding down at an angle, the drill is very bad. It does not even the land out for you at all. Now we're stumbling on our own laterite. Come on. You can do it. See, driving at an angle like this is bad because once you start to slip, it's all over. Alright, hold on. We saw the beacon there for a moment. Of course, now I've lost it. East is that way. It's probably just because of the intense daylight. Come on, over the boulders you go. It's in the distance. I'm sure of it. We've just got to head in that direction. A little easier to see once the sun goes down. Ugh, tumbling over these rocks. It was a lot easier digging through the mountains. Like so. There we go. Boom, look at that. Right here. Oh, come on. No. Oh, this drill is such a beast. Come on, drill up, drill up. Nice. Easy does it. Alright, this is what we have extenders for. We don't have to be perfect here. Let's just hop out. Hold up, hold up. Just hop out. Put on the e-brake, please. Now, let's get rid of some of these dangerous plants. The last thing I want to do is be killed so far away from home. Alright, we'll take off these medium storage packs for a second. There we go. And there we go. Look at that. 5 RTGs is plenty. Well, wait. No, it's not. It's having to pull off the rover battery. That means it's about to fail. Yep. Almost. Look at that. Okay, hold on. So we can pull out our 6th RTG. What I didn't anticipate was that the rover battery was not going to last long enough. But perhaps with these additional batteries, we won't have to unpack the 6th one? I mean, I don't know. Part of me wonders why I'm even fiddling with it. I could just break out the 6th one and be done with it. It's still going to go. It's going to pull off of these batteries, though. It is. It's working, but it's draining the batteries. Okay. That wasn't so bad, really. It just saves us one less graphite, is really all it saved us. So 5 RTGs was barely not enough in this instance. Just barely not enough. Interesting. Okay, I think what we should do... do we care about any of this? Really? I mean, other than packing up the RTGs and the drill, the rest of this stuff is like, whatever. Maybe bringing back some ammonium would be nice, but although not 100% necessary. Look at all this ammonium. Yeah, if Visanya is the place for graphite, Novus is the place for ammonium. Look at it all. Wow. I don't necessarily want to leave it here. But just like that, we've done the surface of this moon, so once we do the core, then we're down to the last 2. Closer and closer we get to the end here. I honestly think we should just drive back. And this stuff, really it's going to be wasteful not to bring it back with us. And I don't really want to be wasteful, so... So then we need to ferry all of these things back with us. Probably including the ammonium. Just ferry it all back. And then we'll tunnel our way back with the rover. Being that it's a moon and it's small and we only need to head in one direction, I think it's probably worth our time to get the rover back on this one. It's not totally necessary, but it's not going to be a cosmic endeavor. And if that's the case, then I'm very much inclined to go and fetch it. Although we might have to color our base here at some point. Get it looking all green and blue. Could be neat. We for sure didn't need this RTG. We can go ahead and put this back. One extra canister. Need the extenders there. I mean, really, are we going to need either one of these? I don't think we're going to need either one of these. Goodness gracious, we don't need that much hydrogen, though. Let's switch to methane, please. Thank you much. Alright, well, I suppose I will do the rest of the supply ferrying off camera. And then we'll get ready for the core in the next episode. Now, this is where we're going to go ahead and cut Astroneer episode 48. Thank you so much for joining me. I do hope you've had a good time watching. Because, as always, I've had a good time playing. Be sure to come back next time as we work our way to the core of this exotic moon and see what, if anything, is down in the outer core biome that differentiates it from the rest of the moon. But until next time, take care.